What is going on, you guys? My name is Spyedico64, and welcome back to yet another Hasbro Marvel Legends action figure review. Yes, I still do these, even though I haven't done one in, oh god, how long has it been? Like, what, a year? Or a year or two? Yeah, so it's been a while since we've last looked at some Hasbro Marvel Legends figures, though. However, I've kind of thought to myself, hey, you know what? I want to do some Marvel Legends reviews once again. I want to go out ahead here and try to expand the channel from just talking about, diecasts and all that sort of stuff, the NASCAR diecast stuff, which I'm not going to stop doing. I'm still going to do it. It's just that I want there to be other content, if that makes any sort of sense. So here today, we're going to be looking at reviewing the recently released, well, not recently, but for me, the brand new Hasbro Marvel Legends Thunderbolts 2-pack sets, including Yelena Belova, Red Guardian, John Walker, and the Sentry. So the way we're going to do this here is that we're going to have a look at all 4 of these figures. I'm going to give you all my thoughts and feelings on all of them, and we're going to basically sort of see as to how these figures kind of stand up between, I guess, previous versions of these figures and kind of my thoughts and feelings towards them. So, yeah, I hope all of you enjoy it. And the way we're going to do this is we're going to start off here with Red Guardian and then both with John Walker. Then we're going to go to the Sentry and then to Yelena. Basically, based off of the way I kind of feel about these figures. I'll get to that here in a moment. So let's go ahead and get straight on into it. All right, so let's now go ahead and let's get straight on into it. So the first 2 figures we're going to be having a look at here is Red Guardian and also John Walker. Now, I'm starting off with these 2 figures, mostly because these were kind of the ones that I was least excited for, kind of mostly because, well, I'll kind of get into it here in just a moment. But basically, though, Walker, for the most part, is pretty much 95% new, or no, excuse me, is 95% reuse, but is like 5% has some new parts and pieces in here. We'll kind of go ahead and talk about that. Of course, we got the thing right here, so we'll go ahead and get into that here. So let's put Alexi to the side, and let's have a look at John Walker here first. So obviously this is how John Walker appears in the Thunderbolts movie. Now he has had 2 other previous Marvel Legends releases in the, talk about the MCU version here. The one that I got a long time ago, unfortunately though, that version was, let's just kind of basically not sugarcoat it. It was not really that, it was just not accurate to how the way it looked in the Falcon and the Winter Soldier series. Now, this is obviously based off of the Thunderbolts version, and for the most part, it is pretty much the exact same sculpt. So let's kind of go ahead and bring in the old Walker figure, and there you go. Basically the exact, almost same figure, just with some new paint deco and stuff like that. Just basically, yeah, new paint deco. I mean, basically, it's just some new paint. You can see some red is missing back there. Now, the biggest part you'll see here that is kind of weird is the chest area. Now, fun fact, this was black when I got this figure. I did a little silver kind of paint to it, or not silver paint, like a marker to it, to try to make it look accurate to how the way it was supposed to be in the end of that series. And it kind of came out pretty okay. But this one is a lot more better, though. And the head sculpts also, too. Let's actually kind of go ahead and have a look here. You can see that does look like, it does kind of look like Wyatt Russell under there, but I don't know, not too much. Can't really see it, but this kind of does look like him underneath there. You can see it's Wyatt Russell. It's, it's U.S. agents and stuff like that. So I think that looks really cool. Definitely think that this is a much better figure. Also, I do like the way how kind of dirty it is, especially like here. It's especially dirty around the white areas. you kind of see that. I don't know about you, but does Walker keep his suit clean? I'm not so sure if he does. But there you go. But in terms of accessories, let's kind of go ahead and sort of get into that. Okay, dead ass, just saying this right now. Walker and both Red Guardian's accessories look very similar to each other. So I don't... Okay, I don't think... All right. Don't want to get that mix up, so here we go. So, Walker here comes with 2 interchangeable hands, 2 pairs of fisted hands, and then a trigger finger. I have him currently, as of right now, with the trigger finger on his left hand and then the fisted hand on his right. Now, he also does come with the shield, which the original one did not. So, I do like the way that this shield came out. You can see that it's pretty damaged up. You can see it was being shot up and whatnot, sort of have you. But the biggest issue I do have with this figure is, well, you might notice I have him holding a gun, but this gun comes with Alexei. So, yeah, Walker has this gun here, but you cannot remove it one bit. I do not know why they put the gun on there. So what? I guess you just want him to, like, yeah, hold it like I guess like so. I guess they wanted to have him like that, but no, they didn't give him his own freaking gun. So, I don't know. That right there is just like, why did you freaking do that? Hell, at least with the Black Widow figure in the Infinity Saga that we had a look at a while back, at least they gave her some guns, you know, and stuff like that. They gave her 2 pairs of guns and then 2 holster guns, which makes no sense, but at least they gave her guns. They didn't even bother giving him a holster, nor a gun. Pretty disrespectful right there for Mr. John Walker, a character that's already pretty much disrespected in pretty much in the MCU and also in the outside world. You can see here with the shield, it is a peg and clip system here. I'm not a fan of that. I don't really think that's the right way to do it and stuff like that, but yeah. See underneath there's the shield. Basically kind of looks like a resculpted version of like a Captain America shield, but yeah. Fortunately, it doesn't come with the taco shield, which that would have been pretty funny if they would have done that, but hopefully that doesn't break off because I actually do like John Walker like this. Okay. So, we'll put Walker right there. And now let's have a look here at Alexei. Now, Alexei, for the most part, is pretty much 90, I don't know, basically almost 100%, almost new, but at the same time, though, kind of a little bit newish. So definitely, so let's actually go ahead here and have a look at the original figure. And man, look at the differences between these versions. Obviously, you can see here, this one has a different torso, different arms. But the legs, looks like they are almost the same. Okay, maybe not. No, the boots, I think are pretty much the same. Yeah, the boots are the only thing that's new. So this thing is 95% also newish. But man, look at that. Like, this right here is, like, let's actually kind of go ahead and get a look-see here. But, yeah, look at that. That definitely looks like David Harbour. This, who the hell is this guy? I don't even know what this is. Also, does this come with the shield, too? He doesn't come with a shield. I don't know, Red Guardian doesn't get a shield in the MCU. For some reason, it's probably, apparently, isn't it supposed to be, like, locked up in a Russian base? I don't know. That's what it said in the What If series. Then again, that's non-canon. But Red Guardian, though, does come with a few accessories, though, for the most part. So he does come with 2 pistols. You can holster these, like so. They gave Red Guardian holsters, but not John Walker. Damn, that's pretty messed up. But yeah, there you go. And he also does come with, yeah, another pair. Actually, no. Actually, he only comes with really... So, okay, he only comes with 1 fisted hand and then another trigger finger hand. So he doesn't get another pair of this thing right here, of this, like, wide open hand, which I don't like the way that came out. Okay, that's a bit of a QC issue right there. Not as much as on the other arm, but you don't want this version where he's just basically an old Santa Claus. You can go out ahead here and put on the helmeted head. There you go. Looking very sweet. But I'm going to most likely have him just in the old man Santa look. There you go. So we're just going to have him like that. But yeah, so pretty much I kind of have him and Walker kind of pose like that and stuff like that. So for the most part, though, both Walker and Red Guardian, I gotta say, is the one that I kind of am surprised about the most, just because I honestly thought it was going to be mostly reused, but no, it's like both of these two figures are like, this is 95% new, this is 95% reused. So really interesting how that kind of goes. All right, but now let's kind of go ahead here and transition to Yelena and the Sentry. So pretty much out of all of the figures in these two packs, these were the two figures that I was really the most highly, that I had the most highly desire for. While it is good to have a, a new Walker and a new, and a new Alexi, and stuff like that. I really wanted to get Yelena and also the Sentry, so we're going to save the Sentry for last, since basically we kind of sort of, well, I'll get into that here in a moment. We'll put Sentry back there where Jeff Gordon is and stuff like that. Let's have a look here at Yelena. And man, I'm really glad I skipped out on a lot of those old Yelena Belova figures, because this is probably the best Yelena figure that we have in the Marvel Legends line, at least for the MCU version that is. I mean, pretty much in terms of the outfit, probably the best outfit that she's had in the movies. And stuff like that, which is just this grayish looking kind of suit. Kind of looks like a bit of a flight suit almost theme kind of going on here. But yeah, I gotta say, this just looks really cool. The other Yelena figures, I don't know. I just was not really impressed with the way that they looked. Just did not like the way that any of them really looked. Either because they just looked, I don't know, kind of okay to kind of, yeah, just all right-ish. But yeah, I really do. Yeah, look at that. Look at that head sculpt, dude. That, I can see Florence Pugh right there. Of course, obviously, very beautiful. And you can see her, yeah, her piercings in her ears right there. So there you go, looking really nice. Looking at the rest of the figure, though, she has this, I don't know what the hell that logo is supposed to be, but there you go. Same one on the other side. I don't know what that really is supposed to be. I like how it forms on her belt right here, the Widow, the hourglass looking thing for the Widow. I really do like the way that looks. Of course, you can see she has her Widow bites right there, the holster, and then these boots look really cool for the most part. So yeah, now, Yelena, I think out of all the figures, comes with the most amount of accessories here. So she does come with, we'll just kind of put that here. She comes with 2 batons. And I believe this top part is supposed to be the, the part where it does the electric thing. Actually, these things don't even electrocute at all, I don't think. And then these are supposed to be the handles down here. At least that's what I'm thinking of. I don't know, it's kind of weird. I think that's the way it's supposed to go. Now, she also does come with also this pistol. It's a really small pistol, but kind of makes sense for her because she's, I mean, a little bit smaller in size, and does come with the little knife. So there you go. Now, the knife holsters basically right in there. So really nice right there. The gun can obviously be holstered right there. And also wanted to say this about my figure, but it came with a little bit of a QC issue, and that is, actually, fuck, you can see it right there. yeah, the bicep came out loose. The bicep joint came out really loose right there. I've had another, actually, ironically enough, the only other figure I've had that issue with is freaking Kate Bishop. I did a review of that a while back, but yeah, this came out a little bit loose, and I don't think you can see it, but it is a little bit kind of loose. It's not in there really tight, which is kind of funny because I prefer figures to have, you know, joints that aren't so tight, because we all kind of know that, you know, that those figures with the tight joints and stuff like that can be really a big pain. Like when I eventually get the Fantastic Four figures, which I'm currently right now wanting to also do a review on them as well, I'm probably gonna pretty much explain what happened with those ones. Well, at least my thing, which I did a community post of, had that issue at the same time as well. Now, she also does come with another pair of interchangeable hands. These are some fists right here, so that's really cool. And I guess I'll just kind of show that you can remove that. Make sure this thing doesn't come off. This thing is not like glued on or anything like that. And you could have her like that. So there you go. You know, have her do her widow bite thing. So there you go. So yeah, definitely really great Yelena figure. I don't think there's going to be any other Yelena figure that's going to top that, unless they do another new version of that for the Avengers Doomsday. But we'll see about that. Probably won't be getting that one unless, God forbid, they put one of the other characters in there. All right. So let's now have a look at Sentry. Of course, a.k.a. Bob. And there was a little bit of some controversy surrounding his suit design. A lot of people complain about how it looks too MCU-ish, even though, let's really kind of be honest, guys. The original comic book suit would have not worked in the MCU. One of the few things that I've seen a lot of people complain about is, you know, how the costumes all look so samey, which I can kind of agree they maybe do just because of the lines and stuff like that. But I'm just saying, those skin-tight suits where basically the character is basically naked underneath, but obviously, of course, in their private part areas, they have like some kind of cover piece, but and all that sort of stuff. But yeah, essentially though, I'm just saying those, like, some costumes would just not work in the live action. But I do like the way that Sentry came out though. Not only as the character, pretty accurate to the comics and pretty much a really good representation of the character. Yeah, Louis Pullman did a really great job with him, and look at that. That is a really great likeness to Louis Pullman. I really love the way that this one came out. Now, in terms of the rest of the suit itself, it's really kind of this mustard gold kind of yellow, not a bright yellow, not like that thing back there, not like that one, or something like that. But really, though, really cool looking. Of course, you see the chest right there, done in gold. And, of course, these knee pads are like yellow and stuff like that. So there you go. See the boots right here look cool too. And the cape, pretty much right here, it is pretty soft. It's not hard plastic, not like some other figures right here. But yeah, now the one thing though that this figure does lack in is the accessories, but it's the Sentry. He doesn't need fucking weapons and shit like that. So he does come with a pair of, yeah, kind of this, I guess you can call his force hand, and then his fisted hand. Now I have him, like, you know, sort of where he can be like, you know, like, yeah, be like this, you know. But I'll do some weird telekinesis. Ooh, he's about to send you to the void. But anyways, though, yeah, really good looking void Sentry figure. Yeah, all things kind of considered. Yeah, let's kind of do him like this. Yeah, he's like, I have all this power, so much in the world. So yeah, there you go. All right, but let's now actually kind of go ahead here. Let's get all the figures here together, and I will give you all my final thoughts on them. And there you go, guys. That was my review of the Hasbro Marvel Legends Thunderbolts 2-pack sets. And overall, I gotta say, for somebody that has not really been really into the Marvel Legends line as of recently and all that sort of stuff, I gotta say that this right here is a really awesome, some really awesome, figures right here, and stuff like that. Now, unfortunately, though, these are the only Thunderbolts characters that we are getting from the movie. Unfortunately, though, we don't have any word if there's going to be a Ghost or a Bucky figure, which is really unfortunate because I want a new Bucky figure so bad. And you know what? I think I can, I think it would be really cool to have a new Ghost figure and stuff like that. I guess we have to wait until Avengers Doomsday for those figures. But overall, though, really awesome looking figures, though, here. However, though, if I gotta give a quick rating to which are my favorite and least favorite, let's kind of go ahead and talk about it. So, John Walker is definitely my least favorite, but he's not a bad figure. Just, unfortunately, I just wish he came with his own gun and a holster. Alexei is a close third. Really nice to get an update version of that Alexei figure, but he's not one of my favorite characters, but still good. Sentry, though, definitely for sure is second, and then, of course, Yelena is my favorite of this lineup. So I hope all of you enjoy this video. I have no idea how this video is going to do in the view count. This is going to be, honestly, a bit of a experimental kind of video just to kind of see, will people really watch these videos? I really do, again, want to just be more than just... I do want to branch out into other forms of content, and I do collect other forms of other things. I do more than just talk about, NASCAR diecast and stuff like that and whatnot, sort of have you. I'm still going to do it. It's just, want to expand my horizon a little bit. So, hopefully all of you will enjoy this video review. Now, in terms of how this video does, I am going to try to do one on the Fantastic Four. And then probably in the next few couple months, but we'll just have to see on that. But hopefully, though, that this is maybe something that I'll do more regularly. But anyways, though, guys, thank you all so much for watching this video, and I will see all of you in the next one. See you all later.